to our... What month are we in? Is it March? April and March book club. Totally butchered that up. Where we'll be chatting about Twins from Caroline B. Cooney. I think because I work so many months in advance, I can't think what month it is. I don't even know what day it is, to be fair. Right, let me add our special guest in. With Liz and you guys. This was crazy. I still don't know how I feel about it, to be honest. I'm hoping you're going to help me make my mind up. Hi, Liz.
Hi.
Hello, you okay?
Hi. Hey, everybody.
Oh, I'm so excited to chat about this one
Me
with you.
too. Oh my goodness. So much to say.
This was wild.
Can y'all can y'all hear me okay? See me okay? Am I
Yeah, could definitely can
appearing?
hear you.
Okay,
Yeah, definitely I can see you as well.
great.
Oh, so basically we are the event tonight, Liz. The event, in every twin's life, there has to be an event.
Yeah. With a capital E, no less. Yeah.
Yes, capital letters. So if you don't know, our special guest is the amazing Liz. Is it Karen? Am I saying that right?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's Karen like the woman's name. Yes.
Yes. So
Like the
Liz.
woman's name you all love to hate. Yep.
So Liz Caring is a fantastic author. Liz is the author of Night's Edge. It's a duology. So there was Night's Edge first and then First Light, which is like
Hmm.
full of vampire lore. It's about deepest, darkest secrets and how we hide and how monstrous we can be to the ones we love. A little bit like twins, maybe, but vampires.
Well, it's cool that you invited me on to talk about twins specifically because my next book, which is out next year, is
Yes.
about sisters and something happens to one of the two sisters and the other one does some kind of weird things to mimic her and like because she wishes she was her. And so I was just like, oh, this
Oh,
is not exactly it. They're not twins, first of all. But
yeah.
I was like, it's a weird sister story. So I'm like, oh, nice. You didn't even know that.
No, I
So
didn't
good
know that
job.
because
Yeah.
I know when we spoke. So it's called How to Disappear Completely, and it's out
Yeah.
early next year. And I'm
Yeah.
so excited because I know when we did speak, you said it was about aliens and conspiracies. So I didn't know
Hmm.
anything about the potential twin
And
stuff,
sisters.
but
Yeah.
yeah, or the
Yeah.
sister stuff. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm excited. So what inspired you about with like that type of novel?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I love writing like you said, like messed up family dramas with a side of horror, or horror with a side of messed up family drama, like depending how you want
Yeah.
to look at it. So like we did mothers and daughters last time. Now we're gonna do
Mm.
sisters. So yeah.
Oh,
No.
nice. Oh, I
Hmm.
can't wait. So is it early 2027 it comes out?
Yeah, in
Yeah.
February 27.
February.
I wish it were sooner, but
I wish it
alas,
was sooner.
there's a lot to do. You know, I think it's when you announce a book, it's with
Yeah.
the caveat that like, but a year from now it will probably be out. So
Yeah.
that's always what happens. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm happy about it. So
Oh, I
yeah,
can't wait. I really can't wait for it. It just sounds totally up my
me too.
street. Really can't wait.
Yeah.
And it was a two-book deal that you got with that, wasn't it? So are you writing something else now? Can you tell us any little
Yeah,
hints, or is it?
sure. So my second one for source books, which I'm doing a draft of right now, is like it's a horror mance. So it's like it's a
Oh,
romance, but it's horror. And all I'll
yeah.
say is that like it has to do with an exorcist. And
Oh,
my friends lovingly refer to it as the sexorcist because
I
it's a sexy
love
exorcist book. So the sexorcist is not what it's called.
that. That's what we're
They'll
all going to
get
call it now.
they'll get very mad at me if I call it that too often. But that's what we're all calling it.
Behind the
Yeah.
scenes, that's what we're
Yeah.
calling it. Yeah,
Um
definitely.
yeah. It's very fun. I'm excited.
Oh, I can't wait for that as well. Oh, so much excitement coming. So excited. So you've read a Caroline B. Cooney before. You mentioned about Face on the
Yeah.
Milk Carton. So did you read
Yeah.
those when you was younger?
Yes. I must have read those when I was like 9 or 10. And so there was Face on the Milk Carton, and then What Happened to Janie was the
Yeah.
second one. I think she actually did a third, but I never knew about it or read
Yeah, I
it. Those
think
were
there's
the
a
two I
fourth one
had.
as well now, I
Oh,
think.
okay.
Yeah, I think
Wow.
so.
She did a lot. I know that Face on the Milk Carton was like the book that all my friends were reading that year at school.
Yeah.
So it was just like, you have to read it. You just have to. And I was like, I loved the mystery. It was so creepy
Mm,
and so upsetting. Oh, it was like a
yeah.
perfect YA book for the 90s. So I loved those and then read
Mm.
this one and I was like, oh, so this is probably why I never heard of the book Twins.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. Man,
Mm.
lots to
I,
unpack.
yeah, I always find when I read a Caroline B. Cooney, so I would say teen me, apart from
Mhm.
maybe Face on the Milk Carton, I'd say teen me was a bit like meh about Caroline B. Cooney because I was
Yeah.
all about like the stalking and not me stalking, but
It's all
the
about
you know
stalking.
just
Good stuff.
all that kind of stuff. So to me, Caroline B. Cooney was a little over my head when I was a teen, but
Hmm.
reading now as an adult, I just think she's like genius. And every book that I read, she
Hmm.
makes me
Hmm.
think for long after. And then sometimes I can't make up my mind like this one, like what I fully thought until I've spoke
Right.
about it. But I think that's a
Right.
sign of maybe a good writer and a good author that she's making
Yeah.
you think that way.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. I will say, first of all, we're allowed to talk about spoilers here, right? We're
We can
assuming
completely spoil. Yes.
everybody in the chat has read. Um, the first 30 or 40 pages of this had me locked in. I was on the edge of my
Mm,
seat. I was like, first of all, she establishes this really weird mystery of like, why are they sending this girl away and not her sister? And
yeah.
why is her sister cool with it after this, first 10 pages being like, we are one, we are twins, like,
Yeah.
you know what I
Together,
mean?
our mind, your
And
mind.
then, yeah, and then Madrigal's like, no, I think it's a good idea. And you're just like, oh, something's going on
Mm,
here. Um, so that mystery is
something.
great. And then she gets to the school, and then you know there's more to it. You know there's more to it,
Yeah.
like why they sent her away and not the other one. But
Yeah,
then, and
definitely.
then the ski trip, and then she dies, and then the switcheroo. So all of that, which
So much.
happens so much happens in the first like 40, 50 pages that I was like, yes, let's go. Um,
Oh, I love
so
that.
I will say like the first chunk of this was so fun.
Mm.
So fun.
Yeah, I totally agree. So I also love as well, I know I'm just backtracking, but I love the way that with
Hmm.
these books we always get like a tagline and it says
Yeah.
twice the evil on this copy. And then I know on the US
Ooh.
copy it says twice the beauty, twice the evil. So even from the
Mm.
tagline you kind of get that like sense of oh, what's going to happen? I'm hooked in already. I like an evil twin
Yeah.
story.
I just saw something really funny in the chat. Yup, I will happily never hear John Pear and Madrigal again. We need
So
to talk
true.
before we say anything else. How are we all pronouncing John? Is it John Pear? Like a
John
pear? Like
Pear,
a
like
fruit?
pear, I'm guessing.
Because in my okay, that first mention of John Pear took me out of it because I was so hung up on how to say his name in my head because I was like, John Pear, like a fruit, sounded like silly to me. So I was saying
Mm.
John Pear,
Oh, it could have
like a
been.
pear. But then she kept referring to him as his whole name, not just like my boyfriend, John Pear or
John
Pierre, Jean
Pear.
Pierre. And then I was like, is he supposed to be like Jean Pierre? Is he French? And she's like bad at French or she's a little stupid, so she like doesn't know how to. Oh, his name is John Pierre, like Jean Pierre.
Yeah, it does make
Jean
you
Pierre, like so
wonder.
Jean Pierre is what it sounded like. Someone just said that. Yeah.
Yeah, it does
My
make you
brain
wonder. Yeah.
my brain couldn't handle it. It would short circuit every time he was on the page. But
Well,
go on.
my friend April from 80s and 90s Book Art messaged me and said, I've counted how many times his name appears, and it's something like 334 times in 183 pages of book.
No, I was gonna say it's a short book, so having it
Yeah,
appear that many times is just insanity.
yeah. Just crazy.
Yeah, Pear is a strange last name to give a bad boy. I know. I was like, I
Yeah.
can't. Bad boys in these books tend to have like kind of sexy names.
Yeah, not John
What's
Pear.
John Pear? What is he? Oh,
I
anyway.
bet in his mind, I bet he thought it was like sexy and cool and mysterious. It's like,
Yeah.
what last name can I use? Pierre, so they don't know how to pronounce it.
Pear. Yeah.
Yeah, you can
If he
just imagine.
really if he really was Jean-Pierre, that would be kind of hot,
Yeah,
but it's not.
but it's not. I
But
was
it's
just gonna
not.
say the same. I was like, yeah, but no.
No.
I saw Matthew put, oh yeah, Santa Clara shirt I've got on today. Yeah,
Mm.
represent. Whoop, whoop. um,
Jordan Catalano. Good Jordan Catalano reference. Thank you for that. Love it.
um, Teddy says, "Be nice. This is my favourite point horror. We will be nice. It's just
Oh,
it,
sorry. Sorry.
yeah. We just don't like
I
John
am
Pear.
I just had to get that out of the way.
Yeah,
I had to get Jean-Pierre out of the way.
yeah.
Jean-Pierre.
We
Javert.
we will have a throughout the chat. I'm sure he will come up multiple times, like he does in the book, because he's just there all the time.
Yeah. 382 times.
Oh. Sharon said this was a fail for her, but it was crazy fun. Yeah, it was
It was fun.
totally
So
crazy.
fun.
Yeah. Lisa said, Liz, you tease about your upcoming books. Love a sister story.
Thank you. Anytime.
uh, what else have I got here? Um,
I will say, okay, no, yeah, no shade to Caroline B. Cooney and twins. Like, as I said,
yeah.
formative author for me as a kid. I probably wouldn't be writing thrillers and like, stories like this at all had I not read those books when I was a kid.
Oh,
So
wow. That's
listen,
amazing.
all
Yeah.
res all respect in the world to Ms. Cooney.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Yeah. But this one was yeah, up and down, up and down, up and
Yeah,
down.
kind of like this.
So we'll kind of get into it a little bit more then. So basically, as you've mentioned, Mary Lee, and is it Madrigal? That's how I was saying it in my head.
Yeah.
Um,
Hmm.
they're identical twins, alike in every way, mirror images, or so it seems. So they're separated by their parents, leaving poor Mary Lee to go 2,000 miles away to a boarding school. So quite extreme. And she's kind of lost and lonely, struggling to make friends. And
Hmm.
Madrigal seems really happy about this.
Yeah.
And in Mary Lee's eyes, Madrigal is beautiful, more beautiful than her, more popular,
Right.
and she's got this boyfriend, John Pear.
Oh.
So obviously, Mary Lee wishes that she could live her sister's life. So obviously, to start with, then let's talk about Mary Lee when we first meet her, like you mentioned. So she kind of gets sent away by her parents. So did you feel sorry for her, like at that first meeting? Like the first few pages, it's
Yeah.
like off you go, off to boarding school.
Yeah. And especially the moment where her sister like betrays her and doesn't and it's just like, yeah, I think it's a good idea. You should go. Like my
Yeah,
heart broke. I was like, oh no, everything she thinks she knows is a lie. Oh, it's
yeah.
how terrible.
It's
Yeah.
so
Mm.
tragic. And like that evil smile that Madrigal does as well. You can just imagine it
Yeah.
oozing off the page.
Mm.
Just,
Yeah.
so felt so sad
Yeah.
for her. She doesn't even
I,
she tries to beg her parents not to do it. And the
Yeah,
parents
and
are just
she's
like, nope.
also, yeah, she's like so sheltered, and so like the twinship between them is like, you know, borderline unhealthy, but they
Mm.
love each other so much. But like she brings up the one like date that she had with that guy Van,
Oh,
like
Van.
for 1 hour, I screamed
With a
with him, and
strawberry
it was
sundae.
maybe a date, and I'm like, oh, honey. Bummer. So,
Bless.
yeah.
Yeah, I really felt for her at the start. And the parents, like, did you feel like I was really like, they were quite harsh? I mean, even
Hmm.
I know at the end we get a reveal and that they did it for her to protect her and that. But I
Yeah.
just thought the way they did it was harsh. Like, why not send the bad twin away, right? Why send the good twin?
That was why I was like, oh, we're establishing a question. This is a mystery
Mm,
that, I mean, luckily, like, eventually does pay off where you understand much later, like, why they did it. But
yeah.
um in that moment, because I thought that I'm like, this is hard. Like, they're not budging at all. They're being really mean.
Yeah.
What's the
Really mean?
deal?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it to me was a mystery. So
Yeah. And then obviously we kind of, as you mentioned as well, we kind of get to the point where there's a ski trip and Madrigal has gone to visit Mary Lee finally
hmm
after what feels like months and months and months that Mary Lee's been in
hmm
this isolated situation and she can't really make friends easily and things
yeah.
like that. So there's this ski trip which starts off a little bit like Madrigal is kind of taking over, isn't she? Like,
hmm
absorbing all the so-called friends that Mary Lee
Yeah.
has made.
What
And
a
oh,
what a jerk. I was just like,
awful.
Madrigal,
Yeah.
stop. What's wrong with you? Ew.
Yeah, why was she doing that? Like she could at least help a little bit. Um, but we kind of get all of a sudden she has like a switcheroo. Like she she
hmm
kind of says, "Oh," uses the mind powers that twins are meant to have to say, "Come here and meet me here," and they kind of swap ski
hmm
clothes. And it felt really a different Madrigal that we were seeing there, like one that was
Yeah.
actually caring about her sister.
Yeah. For like a split second, you were
Yeah,
like, oh, she came back to herself, which made me think later on in the book, like, oh, for a moment there,
yeah.
this her way of, you
Mm,
know,
yeah,
saving her, all that.
yeah.
So,
It was a
yeah,
nice little
I don't
moment that
know.
they had when
Yeah,
they swapped the ski suits, and then obviously tragedy happens,
right,
and
right.
so Madrigal in Mary Lee's ski suit is on the ski lifting, and
Yeah,
it breaks. Like, where's the health and safety? It made me
yeah.
laugh. I have to admit, because I was like, this is extreme.
Yeah. I mean, it's also like, to me, I mean, one of my worst nightmares about ski lifts
Mm.
is not it breaking, but getting stuck on it, like
Oh,
forever.
yeah.
What's that? There's a great, not maybe not great, but like the concept is great. There's a horror movie that is that, where
Oh,
it's
is it
just two
called
people stuck on a,
Frozen or something like
maybe
that? Yeah.
Frozen, but not like the Disney movie, different kind of
No,
Frozen.
different. Very different.
But that's a very like relatable fear of mine every time
Mm.
I've been skiing.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. And
but
now even more so. Now you know what happened to Madrigal.
geez, yeah, I don't know.
So,
Boy.
do you think that that was an accident? Because obviously we find out that a bit later on,
Mhm.
John Pear says that Madrigal was going to basically off her sister.
Right,
That's why
right.
she was going. So, do we think that she really was going to go and kill her sister for one? And do we think this was a genuine accident, or did she like take the? Did she do it? I don't know. I was confused.
Well, so I was confused too. Someone in the chat a second ago just said she took Mary Lee's place and died so she could escape John Pear. So
Yeah,
that
that's what
was
I wondered.
but
Yeah.
there or to me, like I had, like I just said, the more optimistic reading of, like, for a split second there she remembered she loved her sister and she can't kill her, but she can't say no to John
Mm,
Pear, so the only way she can get out of this deal with the devil is to make them switch places, because then she knows she'll be the one to die and she saves her sister.
yeah.
But you're right, I was
Mm,
confused.
yeah.
Wasn't
'Cause
sure. Also wasn't sure. Okay, so this is another thing about this book that I started getting tripped up on, was like,
mm,
at that point, what is supernatural? What is
yeah,
not? I wasn't,
exactly.
I start having questions about that, because I'm like, did like they do a spell to like make the
Mm.
thing fall? Like, or it just, I don't know.
Yeah,
Question.
no, I'm with you because especially when, it's been mentioned about, the twin mind talking to each other quite often, and
Yeah.
we'd not seen that at that point. And then for it to
Hmm.
happen just before that moment, you kind of think, is it going to be something supernatural or, is it just a tragic accident? I agree with you there. It was a bit unknown at that point, like what was going to
Mm.
happen or what was going on. And I
Yeah.
also,
A lot of
what
theories.
what made me laugh as well was there was like a headmaster from the boys' school or something, and he was like,
Yes.
"Go and look at the body, Mary Lee, because this will do you good." And I'm like,
That was
"What?"
wild.
I'm
That was
like, "What?
crazy. It's like
Why
this
did he
guy
say
this man I've never met being like, go, you must look upon the body.
that?"
That felt kind of like creepy, supernatural, witchy to me too. Like, is there
Yeah.
a reason she needs to gaze upon the body? Like, my brain just goes
Mm.
there,
It was
but I
so
guess
it
not.
was so bizarre because I was more feeling really sorry for Mary Lee at that point because I was like, it's bad enough he's saying go and see the body, but this is her
Right.
twin. So it would be like looking at herself lying there. So my mind was racing.
Horrible. No,
Awful, just
not good.
awful.
Not good.
I'll just look at some comments. So, because I got a bit behind, but
And
Kelly,
touch the body. Look and touch it.
oh,
Oh, they made
touch
her
it as
touch it?
well.
I don't remember
Oh,
that. Ooh.
oh
Ooh.
dear.
No, thank
Ugh,
you. No,
no,
thank you.
no, thank you.
Putting that back
Um,
on here. There we go.
Kelly
Ooh.
said Caroline B. Cooney's style of writing is very elaborate, interesting imagery. She's always done that, hasn't she? Like,
Mm,
really, the imagery is so vivid in all of her books. Jessie said this one was very dreamy, particularly for a Caroline B. Cooney.
mm.
Um,
And yeah, oh, so the burning the body. So like that, one of the moments I thought was so intense, and I wish there were more moments like this where she was like, I can feel it when she's being
yeah,
cremated
when
in the
she's been
furnace. I was like,
cremated.
whoa.
Yeah, that's extreme. Because she even mentions it that it's like
Yeah.
for 2, 3 hours or something. So,
Yeah, she knew
oh,
exactly how long it was. Like
yeah.
again, all these like little sprinkles of supernatural
Mm,
vibes that I was having trouble connecting them, but thought
yeah.
they were interesting.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then I thought it was interesting how the parents as well. So obviously we find out a little bit later that even though Mary Lee then takes on, being Madrigal, she's like, no one's going to notice. And she's like, if my parents don't realise, then it's meant to be that I've got to be Madrigal. And the
Right,
parents
right,
don't
right.
say anything. But then later down the line, we find out that the parents said they knew that it was actually Mary Lee, which is
Right.
just like, but to
I
the
didn't Why didn't they confront her? Like
yeah,
why were they gonna let her live as Madrigal when they knew Madrigal would go to the high school and be with John again and do all the bad things?
yes, exactly.
Why?
Why? It doesn't make sense. And then even to the point that Mary Lee's things at the boarding school, even though they know that's Mary Lee and not Madrigal, they're like, yeah, just get rid of her stuff.
I know.
Don't need
I
to ship it
know.
back over. What? What are
So
they doing?
random.
So
Yeah.
so bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh dear.
Wild.
Let me have a little look through. John Pierre, yeah. Oh, I got very behind here.
Maybe they weren't aware of John. Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
possible. Maybe
However,
Madrigal had kept it secret. Maybe.
yeah. But
Mm,
if Madrigal was like out there doing bad stuff, hanging with a bad crowd, like I don't know what they thought Madrigal was doing, but certainly
mm,
if they wanted to spare Mary Lee from whatever her evil life was,
yeah.
why let her be her?
It
That's
just
what I'm
just
wondering.
doesn't make sense. I think they
No.
were lying, the parents. I think they didn't really know, and then they just felt
Oh.
stupid that they didn't know.
Yeah, just walk it back really
But
quickly.
maybe I'm giving them too much credit there because they were just awful
No.
parents. So, so bad.
Yeah, from the jump, they were awful parents, so what can you do?
Yeah. I saw Kelly said about John Pear, this bad boy was like the one in a book we read not long ago, the controlling boyfriend.
Hmm.
So he was very controlling. So as soon as we meet him, I think we meet John Pearson on like by page 80 or something like that. So, we're quite far into the book before we meet him, even though we've heard his
Yeah,
name a million times.
you're right.
And obviously, straight away, he just gives the creepy vibes. I mean, what was the vial
The
collecting the
tears.
tears? And
It's
like
like, I'm gonna
the
collect your
fingers.
tear. Like, what the?
Like,
Like,
if someone said that to me, like, I'd be like, get that
God.
vial away,
So
away from me.
here's where my brain went. I like, my brain went in a different crazy direction every time we had a plot shift.
Yeah.
So at this point, I start thinking like he's some sort of like creepy wizard or something, or he's like,
Oh.
or this is like a satanic panic thing where
Mm,
he's like the school Satanist and he's like going to use her tears for things. And I was like, maybe it's going down that path. And
yeah.
like, maybe it's, I don't know, which I feel like maybe she was trying to do. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you
Because,
think? It's,
well,
yeah.
it was kind of mentioned, wasn't it, that he doesn't seem to attend any classes. He just seems to be at the school.
And I was like, is he imaginary also?
Yeah, I did wonder at one point,
Yeah,
is she imagining him because she wants to manifest him so much now she's
right.
madrigal that she's imagining him? So that did cross my
No.
mind.
But
But then,
then the other characters talk to him.
yeah, that's it.
So it doesn't,
And
yeah.
then obviously he just came across like some really crazy cult leader to me.
Right.
So I was
Again, I
like,
was like,
oh,
high school satanic panic could have been like a really interesting way to
yeah,
go, but she didn't really lean into that. She was just like,
yeah,
he's evil, he makes her do evil stuff.
yeah.
For what? For why?
And then
That's, yeah.
And then the thing with the tears, like collecting the tears, he obviously just had
Yeah,
some weird fetish. I mean,
I
John Pear
guess.
does John Pear, but but tears, like what? And like at that
I
point, I was
know.
like, could this be
Ugh.
supernatural? Like, is it going
Right.
to end up being like some type of witchcrafty type thing? There was
Yeah.
just no explanation as to why he was doing
Yeah.
this. Crazy.
I mean, yeah. Doesn't he say something weird later when he like takes the other girl's tear where he's just like the tears are like the key to the soul or something and I like can drink
Yeah,
them like I don't know.
something weird.
He's
Oh,
like a
it's just
he's like a tear vampire.
yeah.
He was also giving vampire. Like that was another thing I was
Mm,
thinking. He was definitely giving like hot vampire who's gonna make the girl a vampire. Like,
yeah, he was.
evil Edward Cullen for sure.
Mm,
So that wasn't it
yeah.
either.
No, and it was
Mm.
interesting because there was a quote that I wrote down. I think Mary Lee says it, where it says basically John Pear is evil without vampires, evil without rituals, evil
Right.
without curses or violence. So it
Right.
just humanized him, just that one
Yeah.
sentence so much in that moment, and really emphasized, wow, he's like more evil than vampires, sexy vampires as
And
well.
I'm like, he's more evil than that. How, though?
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, so he's straight up evil, but all the things you just listed
Mm,
are less evil than that.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
mean, it
It's
was
yeah.
he was he was obviously, he was controlling and coercive,
Yeah,
obviously
of
to
course.
Madrigal, and then
Yeah,
obviously doing that to Mary Lee because he thinks it's Madrigal, and obviously he's so offended as well at the end when like he
I
didn't
know.
guess it was Mary Lee, so that kind of
Yeah.
made me laugh. But he, I don't know, I can't put my finger on like why we needed like such a creepy person
Right. He
when it could
was,
have just been like
yeah.
another, Point Horror Boy who's just nasty and controlling. I don't know why there was this
Yeah.
sense of he basically wanted to be a twin, didn't he? He kept
Well,
saying that.
that was the other thing. He was like, "You're gonna be my twin now." And
Yeah, so
I
strange.
I I it was the beginnings of something.
Yeah,
But he was just such a big weirdness. His energy was so big and weird that I was like,
Mm,
I don't know. I was just, which is it? Are you actually the devil because you're collecting tears? But
mm,
I don't know. There was also something about, and this is just me like noticing some of the language and some of the choices in the
mm.
book up till that point that felt kind of almost fairy tale-ish. Like
Yeah,
the way like people were speaking to each other, they would be like, for Mary Lee could not, forgive her sister, for it was not meant to be like, you know what I
yeah,
mean?
that's so
And
true. Yeah.
and people were talking, like the teenagers talking to each other were, but like in a way no kid in the 80s or
Mm,
90s would speak to each other.
yeah, that's
So
true.
I was like, is this some sort of like tale? I don't know.
Yeah, or like a
I was overthinking
retelling,
it.
or no,
Yeah.
I think you're onto something there. It did come across very fairy tale-esque, didn't it?
Hmm.
Even like the twin stuff, the John Pear stuff,
Yeah.
and then obviously just grounded in a bit of reality of this high school
Yeah.
setting where everyone just really hates Madrigal all the time.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah,
Hmm.
you could be onto something there. I'd be so interested to know, like, if there was like a basis or a fairy tale or something, like how she came up with these
Right.
characters. I'd
Yeah.
love to know just to see,
Yeah.
if you're right, basically, because I think you're onto something
Yeah.
there. Definitely,
Yeah.
100%.
Is there some sort of like old fairy tale or a myth or something about like
Mm.
two girls and one was corruptible but the other wasn't? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it does sound familiar, doesn't it? Like it could be, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm.
um, I saw
Makes you
Eddie
wonder.
Eddie May said, "How were they won when Mary Lee didn't feel Madrigal was so awful?" That's a good point. So she
Mm.
never felt the
Yeah.
evilness. She just thought she was so beautiful and
I
different,
know.
didn't she? Yeah.
Well, the parents later on say something about like she was always such an evil little girl. And I'm
Mm,
like, so her twin sister never picked up on
mm,
the fact that she was evil? Like,
yeah.
but then they were like, well, she was never evil to you, Mary Lee. But I'm like, still, you wouldn't have seen her like be evil to everyone else. You wouldn't have
Mm,
seen her like, I don't know, torture insects or something, like
yeah.
be be mean at school. Like, I don't
Yeah,
know.
Mary Lee's just totally oblivious to all of this. She just
I guess
obviously
so.
idolizes her sister, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, like, I'm willing to maybe let that slide because she is so obsessed with her to a
Mm,
degree that it's kind of like, ooh, you know.
yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah.
Creepy. Creepy.
The only evil thing we saw Magical do was lose her shit over a beret. Thank you.
Yeah, that's so
That's funny.
true.
So true.
Oh yeah, she didn't like the fact that Mary Lee had the same one, did she? She like
No,
smashed it
she
all
did
up and
not.
yeah. No,
Mm-mm.
Oh, I did
So
love that
funny.
scene actually. That was funny. Um, Jessie said, "I think Mary Lee was a bit of a drip and obsessed with her sister, which is what we were
Yeah.
saying. A bit
Yeah.
slow as well, perhaps." She, I have to
Yeah.
say, about halfway through the book, Mary Lee was starting to grate on me just a little bit. Like I was
Yeah.
just fed up of being inside her head so much. I just wanted something different. So she was starting to get on my nerves. But I did
Yeah.
feel sorry
Yeah.
for her a little bit because I was like,
Hmm.
wow, you've lost your sister, you're having this realization that your sister actually was hated in the school, like nobody liked her at all.
Yeah. Oh my
And
God, I
very
just thought of
clear.
something. Like,
Yeah,
because you were like, oh, her POV halfway through was starting to like wear on me. And I'm like,
yeah.
what if Caroline, Miss Cooney, had done like a Gone Girl switch midway through the 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 the
Mm.
narrative where she's like, and now we're gonna go back in time and see all of this from Madrigal's POV and like fill in all those blanks that Mary Lee's
Yeah.
just like, what the hell is going on? It's like,
Oh,
switch. Now it's
that would
me.
have been so
I'm gonna tell you
cool.
what really happened. I don't know. I'm sorry, Caroline, that we're giving you notes 20 years later. I'm sorry. I just thought that's one of my favorite reveals ever in a book where it's just
Yeah,
like, switch, I'm alive.
yeah. I
So,
I have to say,
Yeah.
I will never forget reading Gone Girl and getting to that
Hmm.
point. And I think
Yeah.
I literally had the book and I was like, like
I
I just sat there
know.
for like ages. And I always remember
Hmm.
my husband saying, "You all right?" You know, I'm like,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
need a moment.
Oh,
I'll never
yeah.
forget that. Sorry if we've just
So good.
spoiled Gone Girl for anyone, by the way,
Yeah,
but
it's been out for a
it's
really
been
long
out for a
time.
while.
And there's a movie.
Yeah,
It's still
exactly.
good. Still worth a watch or a
Yeah.
read, regardless. But yeah.
Oh dear. Matthew said I could imagine Mary Lee terrorising Madrigal at
Mm.
some point, maybe. Yeah,
That
definitely.
would have been fun. Literally anything, Mary Lee. Like
Yeah.
Mary Lee was very reactive at a certain point too. I think that's
Mm,
also why you say, "Oh, the POV was starting to wear on me,"
yeah.
because she was just like going along with everything. She wasn't really driving the narrative as much anymore.
Mm,
To me anyway. So
yeah.
yeah.
No, definitely. Um,
Mm.
Jesse said yes. That film we were talking about earlier with the lift was called Frozen. With the
It
ski
was
lift.
called Frozen. Okay. I think it came out before the Disney movie.
Hopefully.
Maybe. Yeah. The less
Billy said,
famous
yeah.
Frozen.
Billy said he's seen that ski lift film. It was so scary.
It's one of my greatest fears. Yeah. Don't like it.
Oh, yeah. Emma said, I've never tried skiing because that chairlift is scary.
Yeah.
I'd just keep on going round the
Yeah.
loop. I
You're
wouldn't be able to
right.
get off.
I'm a bad skier, but like the first time I ever went with like my now husband, who was my boyfriend at the time, I was like trying to convince him that I was a good skier.
Mm.
and and I like made a fool of myself. But as we were getting on the lift, I like almost missed it. Like I sat down a little too late,
Oh,
and he had to like
oh,
grab my arm and yank me back onto it.
oh
And my heart just
no.
stopped. And
Oh.
he was like, "You're not a good skier, are you? You don't do this very much, do you?" So
Oh
it was
no.
really
Oh
scary. It was really
yes, I
scary.
can imagine. I would be petrified. I'd be like, no, this is a sign. No,
Yeah.
never
No.
again.
Never again.
So yeah, talking about the ski lift accident, obviously Narissa said it was deliberate. I think I doubt that she thought they'd take Mary Lee home as
Hmm.
her, yeah. And then
Yeah.
Teddy said, I like how it was left up to the reader to decide what, it's quite open ended. I do agree on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is fun. It's fun to bring to a book club and like have these
Mm,
discussions about it. So for that, it's
yeah.
it's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah. And Billy said, obviously, later in the novel, John Pear says Madrigal was plotting to kill Mary Lee. I wondered if
Hmm.
she'd got on the wrong ski chair, thinking it was intended for Mary Lee, maybe.
Ooh, maybe.
Because, like,
Ooh.
and Matthew put, I would have killed Mary Lee. She was pathetic.
So annoying.
Matthew, she was a bit annoying. I would just give her a little push, just help her along the way.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, Lucy said maybe the faulty chair was a coincidence. She took as an opportunity.
Hmm.
Yeah, and
Maybe, yeah.
Matthew said, and when you're really good and traumatized, we'll burn the body. I think you read that one out
Right, I
earlier.
saw that and that's
Yeah,
what reminded me of like, oh, when they bring her to get cremated, like,
yeah.
yeah.
Melina said that Cooney uses a lot of similes and metaphors. She does that in all of her writing, doesn't she? It's so vivid, like some of the imagery,
Hmm.
especially in, I don't know whether you've read the Fog series, the trilogy.
No, I
So in
haven't.
that, the imagery of like, it's just so powerful, and you can just picture exactly where they are on this little island,
Mm.
and
Hmm.
everything. And again, like Caroline B. Cooney is so good at writing. She likes to put her main character, through the ringer. Like in all of her books that I can think that I've read, like she puts them through some evil stuff with evil
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
And that's a credit as
Oof.
well to her. She really pushes the boundaries on
Right.
stuff.
Yeah. And I, again, like reading her as a young person, it was
Mm,
inspiring because I'm like, oh, you can do
yeah.
that to characters, I see. Okay.
How far can I push it?
Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like
Interesting.
that. Emma made a valid point about the parents. So why have a funeral for Mary Lee if you knew that was Mary Lee all along, pretending to be Madrigal? That's
Well,
just
well,
messed up.
well, then well, maybe they were trying to like get her to confess because
Mm,
she'd be like, don't have a funeral for me, have it for her because it's not me. I don't know. Like,
yeah.
it didn't work and they carried out with it, so I don't know.
Just so messed up. Yeah, Matthew said nothing these parents did made sense. It's like they were actively trying to mess their kids up. Possible.
Well, yeah, maybe.
Oh, and I saw Jessie said that the catching tears. What in the David Lynch? So true.
Well, so that's an interesting point though. I'm like, what if we're trying to be too literal about all of this and we
Yeah,
just need to look at this whole book through a Lynchian lens and then everything
yeah.
is going to make
Everything just
sense.
makes perfect sense then.
We It went over our heads basically.
Yeah,
If
but
there's Yeah, David Lynch should have adapted this novel.
can you imagine?
R.I.P.
That would have been like so trippy. It's so trippy.
Maybe that's what it requires in order to digest it all.
Eddie May said the parents were at least not off on vacation like other point horror parents. They
Uh,
were kind of invested, but still not good parents. So true.
is that a trend through like all the point horror books where it's like, where are
Yeah.
the parents? I don't know.
Yeah, they're normally
Yeah,
like on holiday or,
yeah.
just abandon their children. Like Billy's put here, one time they were doing their tax returns. Just couldn't be bothered with the
Wow.
children. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, we've had it all.
Oh my goodness.
Oh. Heather put my initial thought that the twin didn't exist at all and they sent her
Mm.
off. Oh, so when she was spending time with
Mm.
friends as Maddie, it was Mary Lee pretending. That would have been pretty cool.
Oh.
Mm,
I caught that. Yeah, the Maddie thing was interesting. And I'm
mm,
like, again, are we establishing like a Fight Club situation where like one of them's
yeah,
not real, but she's like the cool one who puts like daring ideas into her head is Maddie Tyler
yeah,
Durden. Again, no.
yeah,
Sorry,
so
I keep
good.
spoiling a lot of
No,
classics for all of you.
they've been out
Tyler
for
Durden's not
ages.
real.
But then it would be the novel, the book would be a little bit like The Perfume by Caroline B. Cooney, where you've got
Mm.
this kind of, this intoxicating perfume that gives her like another personality, dove and
Oh,
wing.
cool.
And
Hmm.
yeah, so you're going down kind of that route. So Caroline B. Cooney does a lot with twins and things like that,
Yeah.
actually, now I think about
Mar-
it.
Mary Tyler Durden, A plus.
Oh dear. Jessie said agreed on the satanic dark magic themes that we was mentioning.
Mm,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
All these directions it could have gone. I guess like
Mm,
I can't help but be a nosy editor when I read something like this where I'm like, is it
mm.
this? Is it this? Is it this? But
Yeah.
yeah.
So obviously down the line as well, we find out. So we hear all about that. Obviously, the people at school really hate Madrigal. They keep away from her. They stick to the walls, like
Right.
when she's walking past, and all this is because her Madrigal and John Pear have done some really scary shit, basically, to
Yeah, I
people,
guess.
and they're scared of her, scared of both of them. So we kind of find out. We get this Katie character, don't we, who they pick up as
Hmm.
like this band geek. And we find out firsthand what this thing is that they're doing. They're like going to like a downtown, rundown
Like
part of town that no one
wrong
goes
wrong
to.
side of the tracks. Yeah.
Yeah, and then kind of getting them to get out of the car and then driving really slowly and basically abandoning them with the rats. So, what did we think of this? Did we think this was strange or?
First of all, it was really sending like, suburban white flight, like it was
Yeah.
really giving me that where it's
Mm,
like, don't go to the city. oh no,
Yes.
like
Don't get
there
off
will
the
be
highway.
there will be rats everywhere, rats. Like, yeah, so it felt like that, and I was like, that's a little. I don't love that.
No.
Uh, and then also, it's just like I don't know. I guess if you look at it in that context,
Mm,
maybe this girl, Katie, like they are really scared of like the wrong side of the tracks. Like what I
mm.
just said, like if they're in this wealthy suburb that's like super isolated, like maybe that is terrifying. But the rats is just like
Yeah. It was
again,
very emphasized about the rats.
that's another thing that feels supernatural though, where I'm just like, and then a plague of rats came, you know? Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And then, like, the thing that took me out of it before we went back to the rats was it mentions there was a gang in leather and chains walks
Right.
past the car, and I was like,
Right.
get me to that gang.
Ooh, yeah. The leather and chains gang. Well, well,
Sold
well.
me. I was like, forget the rats.
Yeah, wow. I
It
mean,
was
what
very.
year was this supposed to take place? Is this 90s?
So yeah, so
Like,
94 I think this book is.
okay.
I think it was first came out. So maybe
Leather and chains.
93 she wrote it.
So to me,
Um
that's just like, are those like, are they in the East Village and are those like the characters from Rent? The leather and chains. It's
yeah.
like Mimi on her way to work at the sex club. I don't know. All the things it makes me
Oh.
think of, all the 90s things.
So then obviously John Pear in that moment then kind of makes Mary Lee get out of the car.
Right.
And she kind of she doesn't seem bothered to start with, I thought, but then she gets her
Mm,
foot kind of stuck in something. I
yeah.
wasn't entirely sure, and
Yeah.
then she finally meets up with Katie, and then they get back in the car somehow. Or I think doesn't John Pear pretend to then rescue Katie, and she's like enamored by him and
Oh,
things
okay.
like this. It was a bit very cultish, very strange. Yeah, and she
Yeah.
was like kind of idolizing him after being terrified like two
Hmm.
pages ago. It was just I just found the whole thing really
Right.
strange. But the
Yeah.
rats, the rats. And obviously we find out as well that they had done this to Scarlett, who was Van's
Hmm.
sister and who was
Hmm.
friends with Mary Lee before she was Madrigal. It's just so
Right.
mind bending.
Right.
So, and obviously, Van tries to keep John Pear and Madrigal away from Scarlett as much as possible. And apparently, Scarlett's body, when John Pear did this, crumpled so much that she ended up in hospital because she was just
Mm.
surrounded by these rats. And John Pear even put a rat in her locker as well
Jeez.
afterwards.
Ugh.
Not good.
Mm.
Not good. So, did you like the addition of maybe Scarlett and Van? Just is that doggy?
So
Oh,
that's my dog. She's barking at something out in the yard. I'll
oh,
invite her. Come here, Clef.
sweet.
Come here, Clef. She'll
Oh.
come if she wants.
Yeah. Oh, hopefully. So, did you like the addition of like Scarlett and Van to the mix? Did it give like a different point of view
I
or different vibe?
no. I really didn't like Van. I thought he was so just like
Yeah.
"Urgh." He was just aggro. I was like, "Oh, this is your crush?" Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
Don't forget he was like the birthday cake with the soft icing though, Liz.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Oh
Oh my
dear.
goodness. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I By that point, my brain was just kind of getting scrambled and I was like,
Yeah.
what? Like I was juggling so many theories that
Mm,
those characters kind of just
just
went in and
went.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Because there
don't
was
know.
this whole scene as well, which I thought was a really bizarre scene of Mary Lee goes and sits by Van and they get paired up for a project. And
Mm-hmm.
Van
Mm-hmm.
is just really not happy about this.
Oh.
And he tries to slam the desk on Mary Lee's fingers. And
Right,
I'm like,
right.
he's just as evil, in my opinion, as John Pear with his
Right.
creepy tears.
Yeah.
Like, why was he
Yeah.
doing that? So
Because he was
strange.
just he was just like he hated her. He was afraid of her. Yeah,
Mm,
I guess. It's like, get
yeah.
away from me, crazy devil woman. Like, yeah.
And then he's like to the teacher, oh, we can't agree on a project. I want to be paired with someone else. And the teacher's just
Hmm.
like, yeah, no problem. Don't care about poor, Madrigal slash
Yeah.
Mary Lee. But it's just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, go on.
Even the teachers and like the principal seemed to know that like she
Yeah.
was a bad egg. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh dear. At this point though, I wasn't feeling sorry for her. That was
No.
the problem.
Yeah.
I'll just have a look at some comments. So Kelly said this book had a similar tone to another Caroline B. Cooney called Freeze Tag. Yeah, that's
Hmm.
true. Yeah, that was a good one, that one. Emma said Pear might have cried so much as a child because his parents were awful, that tasting tears is important to him.
I actually like that.
Yeah.
Was that in the book or is that just something
Oh, I reckon Emma's thought of this.
I just like that as a potential backstory because John Pear didn't have much of one,
No,
I
he
thought.
didn't.
So,
No.
uh,
Larissa said that folk tale style is something she does a lot in stuff. So like the Fog
mm,
trilogy,
mm,
basically.
hmm.
And
Okay.
Melaine said the Fog trilogy by Cooney also has a very fairy tale like language. Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Okay.
Eddie May said he was a young Randall Flagg, Men in Black.
Oh,
Man in Black,
so
sorry.
was.
Stephen
Yeah,
King. Yeah.
he's giving Randall Flagg.
Evil
Yeah.
just for the
Mm.
sake of it.
Just
Yeah.
because. Yeah. But in a Stephen King novel, like you expect, I don't know, there's a certain like he's evil for the sake of
Mm,
evil because we are living in a world that is having a biblical event, like
yeah.
in The Stand. So I'm like, well, I guess at this point, pure evil would manifest as a
Yeah.
guy. I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't know what to
so
say.
true. And
Yeah.
Billy said the only evil thing we actually saw Madrigal do was lose her shit over the
Oh,
cliff.
the
I think is what you
beret.
said. Sorry.
Stupid
Yeah,
beret.
yeah. But the thing is, do you think Madrigal was misunderstood? So by the time we get to the end, do you think she was
Hmm.
misunderstood, or do you think all these things that were being said were true? I'm not sure.
I don't know. Well, anyone who's like read my books would, I think about like the mom character Izzy in my books, and
Mm,
I'm like, it could be both. That yes, she was a victim. This man turned her life upside down and made her do terrible things
mm,
and abused her.
mm,
However, could she have also just kind of been a not so great person to begin with? Maybe also.
yeah,
So, like that he would target someone who was a little off,
yeah.
So it could be both.
Ah,
So
could
I'm
be a
like,
bit of both.
I have empathy for a girl who gets into a twisted relationship, but
Mm,
also, I don't know.
yeah.
Questions.
Yeah. I think that's a good thing about this book and Caroline B. Cooney's books and things like that. Or
Hmm.
books that, like you say, that make you think like certain different things. Like I haven't stopped thinking about this book since I finished rereading it. So this was a
Hmm.
reread for me, although I couldn't
Okay.
remember it fully. I'll be honest. I only
Yeah.
remembered about the rats, funny enough. That's the only thing I remembered about
Memorable.
this book.
Yeah.
Yeah. It must have
Ooh.
just been etched on my brain. But
Hmm.
yeah, I think it's a sign of a good book when it's just playing on your mind, like constantly you're thinking, oh, what it could be this, or what if
Could be
this,
that.
and what if that?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and I think as a writer, you look at that and some of us love leaving things open-ended and love leaving questions for the readers to sit around and contemplate
Yeah,
afterwards. But then there's always like a tightrope you're walking where you're like, how many things am I leaving open for discussion and interpretation, and how many things just like need an answer? And I
yeah.
feel like that's always the conversation, that's always the give and take when you're writing
Mm.
something like this. So,
Yeah. And
yeah.
I think I've brought up before on a chat about a book I read many, many years ago where it was a YA book, and you are really left at the end with you basically you find out who the killer is on the last line
Mm.
as the killer is taking his next victim off. And
Ah,
then like so you don't really get much resolution. And to start with, I
okay.
remember finishing that book and I'm thinking, oh, I'm not sure how I feel about that. Like, but now in hindsight, I'm like, actually, it was quite clever because it made me think, and I
Hmm.
still remember it to this day. Like, I haven't forgotten about it. So
Hmm.
very clever.
Yeah, I kind of like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
Kelly put some of Madrigal's behaviour was explainable, so wanting to be an individual, which made her more sympathetic, but then she
Hmm.
was corrupted by Pear, basically.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
And Narissa said she just wanted her own sense of identity and clearly couldn't regulate her emotions. Then
Yeah.
John Pear trapped her into something, yeah, and her vulnerability
Yeah,
got a hold on her.
he saw someone he could get his hooks into, you know.
Mm,
I think
yeah.
a lot of bad guys are able to find those kind of people. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Kelly said the switch. So I think when we were talking about this, it could have done a switch. The switch is like in the housemaid too. I haven't read that. So
Oh,
yeah.
right. I know there's a big twisty twist in The Housemaid, which
Ah.
I haven't read actually. Yeah.
Mm.
Mm.
Oh, Jessie said there's now 6 Janie books. So 6
Oh,
of the,
wow.
yeah, wow, I didn't know
Crazy.
that. Yeah,
Wow.
wow. Yeah, and
Wow.
Matthew says every one of these books seems to have a ski slope scene in, so it's a cautionary tale. Because in the fog, so there's the fog, the snow, and the fire. So in the snow, there's like a ski slope scene in that
Okay.
as well. Yeah,
Oh no.
we're staying
Yeah.
away.
Mm. I feel like the world is due for like some new ski horror. It feels like,
Yeah, I think
we're
we're
due for
missing.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a
Mm.
brilliant book by a UK writer called I think Gabrielle Dillon, I think it is, called Whiteout, and it's
Ooh, okay.
basically it's so good. I might have it here. Hang on. Oh, I have. It's just next to me. I'll just grab it.
Oh,
It's so
okay.
honestly, it's so good. It's part of this like Red Eye
Ooh,
series,
I
and
like
it's
that
like set on
cover.
the ski slopes, and then there's like something
Okay.
watching them, and they basically get abandoned in this ski lodge. So good. I
Love
do
that.
really
Okay. Then
recommend it.
that's
So
exactly
good.
what I was talking about. That should exist and it does.
Yeah, it's so good. It was a few
Hmm.
years ago, so we do still need some new ones, definitely.
Yeah. Mm.
I saw Matthew said nobody had parents in the 80s and 90s.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
so
That was
true.
such a thing. Latchkey kids,
Yeah.
everybody. Yeah. Hmm.
Kelly said the downtown city bit made me think of Gotham City. Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And Jessie said it was absolutely white panic, basically, like you were
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah. Suburban white flight. Like, don't
Yeah.
go to the city. Oh no.
No.
Yeah.
Melena said, I would love to have had John Pear's backstory just to try and unravel his strange behaviour.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have
Totally.
liked that. Would you? Definitely. I think that
Hmm.
would have been cool.
Hmm. Yeah.
Emma said, I thought their evil doing would be more evil. So a few rats and a gang, meh. Emma's like,
Meh.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Well, it was kind of like pranks at that point. It was like
yeah,
really, really messed up pranks. Although there's the
yeah.
one thing like they watch a guy die, like they watch a guy drown and they
Oh
just like wave at him.
yeah, and they're just
That's
like looking.
pretty messed up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
But
pretty grim. I'm going to take
mm,
it that they didn't that this guy was a stranger who they watched drown.
right. Right.
Mm,
I think
but
so.
still grim. Still
Hmm.
grim.
Hmm. Yeah.
Narissa said, I saw a rat a while back and it was huge. Freaked me right out. No.
I saw in the chat that there was a rat sidebar that was happening, and I
Yeah.
actually like some rats as pets like are very sweet. I've had a friend who had a
Yeah.
pet rat, really like cool rat, but
Yeah.
not in the open.
No.
No. No.
No. I because of my day job, I deal with like a lot of like extracts and AC in restaurants and things,
Okay.
and I've seen some sights. So the
Oh
engineers will be like,
no.
"Check your WhatsApp, Shelley," and I'm like, "What is it?" And it's like, oh, sorry to say this, but it's like a rat, like that's dead on a going round an extract or something. So
No.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry, guys.
Ew.
And yes, and then I tell them never to send me that again because I don't want to see it.
No.
But yeah,
Whew.
puts you out eating anywhere, to be honest.
Mhm. Mhm.
um, yeah, Billy said, "Oh yeah, there was lots of mice and rat chat." Emma said
Rat chat.
Van was upset about them torturing his sister. Yeah, that's true. He was very protective of his sister, and I did like that in him, that he was so protective of her.
That
Have to
was why.
say. Emma said when they picked up the girl, Katie, John Pear said his parents don't care what he does. Oh, care what he does, same as the girl. Oh yeah, so basically, Katie
Mm.
said, "My parents don't care what I do." John Pear
Uh,
said the same thing. Oh. Matthew said, "Anybody who likes a book, you have to sit with after you finished it for months, even possibly. Try oh, well, I can't say this name.
Katrina.
Catriona, yeah, Ward books. I love
Yeah,
her books. Haven't
yeah.
read
I
any of
got,
hers.
oh my God, she's my favorite. I also got
Yeah.
like in low key trouble at a convention a few years ago when I mispronounced her name in front of her.
Oh,
It's, I now have to tell everyone it's Katriana.
Catriona. Oh, okay.
Katriana.
Oh,
Yeah, and
that's.
she's amazing though. She that cracked
Oh.
me up. I was in front of like a big crowd at Comic-Con and I was moderating the panel and I realized later I said her name wrong and I like wanted to cry. But
Oh,
she was
it's
cool.
so
She's cool.
bad.
She's the
It's
best.
so, I've
But
done
her
that
books
on one of
are
these chats where I've just
yeah.
butchered someone's name throughout the whole chat, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
why am I here?
Yeah, that's why I always tell everyone I say Karen, like the woman everyone loves to
Yeah.
hate. Like, haha. Her books are amazing though. Her newest one, Nowhere Burning, which I just finished like a couple of weeks ago, is still
Yeah.
like I have all these. She leaves a really, really amazing open-ended question in that one that
Oh.
I have opinions on, and I'm sure lots of
Okay.
people, yeah, it's cool. She's awesome.
So definitely need
Hmm.
to get some
You do.
of her books,
She's awesome.
definitely. Narissa said, when I did a ski trip life lesson, so Narissa does these brilliant drawings, like life lessons following reading these books. So I'll post the
Hmm.
one for this one tomorrow. But
Cool.
when I did a ski trip life lesson, I incorporated so many books. Yeah, it just covers a wide
Yeah.
scope.
Hmm.
Oh, Matthew says I'm still sitting with Nowhere Burning too. So
It's
Matthew's read that.
so cool.
Wow.
I know. Yeah.
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 Yeah,
Yeah.
Narissa
Yeah.
said, I've told you this before. Old Scottish names are frequently mispronounced. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Normally by
Mm-hmm.
me, to be fair, because I'm so bad.
Oh,
um, so just really quick, because I know we're going over a bit of time, but obviously we get to the end where obviously Mary Lee confesses that she's not
mhm.
Madrigal. We get this scene where she humiliates John Pear, which I was like, go girl. And she
Right.
kind of rips this vial of tears off his neck and like
Yeah.
throws it into the bushes and leaves
Hmm.
him alone and friendless. So at that point, were you like, yeah, she's taking John Pear down?
Yeah. I mean, after a while, I was like, do something, lady. There you go. Okay, let's
Yeah.
let's let's do some more. Yeah.
Mm. And then obviously he kind of, that doesn't stop him. He kind
Hmm.
of sets out to ruin this winter sleigh day, which he changes it to
Right.
sleigh
Slay
day.
day. Yeah.
And I'm like, no,
Yeah.
John Pear, no, don't do it.
Yeah.
I mean, don't say sleigh, you're not that cool.
Yeah.
um, and then obviously we get to that day, and Mary Lee's with him, still seems quite under his control at that
Hmm.
point, which I was a bit disappointed that it had gone backwards after the
Yeah.
whole vial
Yeah.
thing. And Van and the gang kind of approach John with these long, sharp icicles. Like, wouldn't they melt? I don't know what they were going to do with them. I mean, they can be
Yeah.
quite dangerous, I guess, right?
Yeah, if they're really sharp, but they'll melt. You gotta act fast with an
Yeah.
icicle. You gotta know what you're doing.
Exactly,
Yeah.
straight away before it melts with
Yeah.
the warmth of your mitten. You need to go for
Yeah.
the
Like
jugular.
nobody had like a kitchen knife in their house. Like, no, we're all just doing icicles. No. Okay.
They were gonna slay.
Mm.
That's what they were gonna
Wouldn't that be
do.
amazing if at that point you realized he was a vampire all along?
Oh
Because they like
yeah,
stake him in the heart, they slay him.
yeah, that would have been
The end with
cool.
the icicle.
So we obviously as well then get the scene where you know, Mary Lee has to rescue a child that has fallen through the ice on this thin
Hmm.
bit of ice. It obviously is a distraction technique because then we don't know what happens to John. They just see something under the water and
Yeah.
they're like,
Ooh.
yeah, we're not going to investigate. We'll just leave
Ah!
it. So would you have looked to see if it was him? Like, not rescue him, like just lift him up, see if
Yeah.
it's him and then dunk him back down?
I would want to make sure that he was gone forever after everything
Yeah.
I'd just been through. I don't want him coming back for me. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
exactly. They were just like happy with just seeing this little floating red coat, I guess, or whatever it
Yeah,
was.
I don't know. I don't
I'm
know.
like, I
I
don't
need to
believe it.
confirm.
Yeah, I'd have to confirm, definitely. But at that point, what I like to think happened is that his winter sleigh day was a proper sleigh day, and a sleigh came like whee and like knocked him in the
Hmm.
water.
Maybe,
Never know.
maybe. Yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
Boy.
but
Ooh.
yeah,
Well, in a way, though, it's like they all watched him drown and didn't do
yeah,
anything. Like,
yeah.
so to me, that was like the callback where it was like, well, now he's made all of them just as bad
Mm.
as him, kind of.
Yeah, that's so
Yeah, I don't know.
true. So true. I was
Mm,
like, I don't believe he's under there. I think he just went
mm,
off and he's gone off to some other school
yeah,
to do his vial of tears on somebody else, which is
yeah.
kind of tragic, really.
Yeah. Well, now that someone in the chat was just like, it's because he cried so much because his parents were so terrible, he relished the taste of tears. I'm like, I'm gonna decide it's that because that's really good.
Yeah, I like that. Talking about the icicles, oh, Larissa said they go full on the lottery at that winter festival.
They do. Yeah, the ice lottery. Yeah, they really do.
Larissa said also with the icicles, ice in the eye would really hurt,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
Yeah. And then Lisa said icicles melt equals no evidence. Oh,
I like
true.
that.
I like that.
Fair.
I'm going to
Fair.
remember that. Future
Hmm.
reference. And,
Yeah.
and Matthew says, I don't think you can murder anybody with anything if you've got mittens on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you tried
Well,
this, Matthew?
depends how good of a grip on the mitten, if it has like a rubber.
Yeah.
I don't know. But you're
Yeah.
right. I mean, mittens are pretty cumbersome. Yeah. Mm.
And Larissa said they all knocked him in for sure. Yeah, I reckon. I reckon it was
Yeah.
just a sly little like. Yeah, I'd like to know who
Hmm.
did it though. If they did knock him in,
Yeah.
I'm
Do
still not
they
convinced. But
say? I don't know. Yeah.
no, they kind of leave it
Hmm.
up to. It could be any of them, really.
Hmm.
So
Interesting.
overall, did you enjoy this book, or was you in the middle on it? Like, what did you think?
I'm in the middle of it in terms of my enjoyment because like I said, the first like 25% of it, I was like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Um, but what I think has been fun in this discussion after is
Mm,
it's like inspiring to me as a writer being like, is it satanic panic? Is it this? Is it that?
yeah.
Is it that? And so sometimes when I read something that to me doesn't totally land or doesn't totally make sense, I still take something from the discussion afterwards where I'm like, that's
Yeah.
interesting. That's inspiring. So
Yeah.
this has been very cool to just unpack it and chat with you.
Yeah. And
What about you?
I totally agree. I was like, I just wasn't sure how I felt. And I think I must have felt that the first time I read it. But this is why I like having these discussions, because then when I'm
Hmm.
unpacking it and I'm seeing everyone's opinion, then it kind of, I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Oh, that would be
Hmm.
good. So yeah, I'm kind of in the
Yeah.
middle still, but I just still
Yeah.
think Caroline B. Cooney is a genius and
Yeah. A
her books are
legend.
just,
Icon.
yeah,
Hmm.
just phenomenal, and I didn't appreciate her enough when I was younger, so I'm trying to now.
Hmm. Hmm.
So yeah, it was. I wouldn't say it's up there with the Fog trilogy is just so good, and obviously Freeze Tag for me is good. So I think it's
Hmm.
just middle of the road for me, but I still had fun. And I did
Yeah.
have a bit of a headache after because it was just like a whirlwind of a book.
Right. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh dear, I saw Kelly said Mary Lee is left questioning whether she wants to be friends with people who were willing to let those events happen. That's true.
Fair. Mm-hmm.
Larissa said
Hmm.
enjoyed it so much more on a reread. Ah,
That's
interesting.
interesting.
Yeah,
I might say the same now that I know how it ends, that you know, you're
yeah.
looking for little breadcrumbs you might have missed the first time.
Yeah, that's so
Yeah.
true.
Hmm.
And yeah, everyone's saying great chat, thanks guys. And April said I love
Thank
the
you.
surrealness of Cooney's writing so much as
Hmm.
well. Yeah, and I think that's so true. She's just like she was so different for what was coming out at the time as well. Like if you think of
Hmm.
all the generic like, prank stuff, in the thrillers and toxic boyfriends and the stalkers and
Yeah.
stuff. She was doing different things for the time, which I think was really interesting as well.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
yeah, underappreciated by me, especially at a top for the
Mm.
time, I think. But Liz, thank you. This has been so
Thank
good, and
you.
I'm so glad that you was
Yeah.
able to join us. And I'm
Yeah, this was perfect.
oh,
Yeah.
thank you. And I'm so excited for how to disappear completely and just anything that you bring out basically. So
Thank you. Me
if
too.
you anyone in the chat hasn't read Night's Edge and First Light, I do really highly recommend it. And you've also got a dark fantasy adventure, The Phantom Forest as well, which I'll be honest, I
Hmm.
haven't read that one yet, but I've
Yeah,
been
it's a little
saving it.
different. Yeah, it's definitely like a dark YA fantasy sort of. Like, so I don't
Yeah.
know. It's fun, but it's
Yeah.
different. It's not like Night's Edge. So I think a lot of people are like, "Wait, this one?" And I'm like, "This was before that." But still,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
like if you have like a band that comes out with like a an album that people know and then they're like, "This was their first EP," and you're like, "This doesn't really sound like them." It's kind of like that. It's
Yeah,
still fun.
it's got to
Still really fun.
find the
Yeah.
groove, haven't you? Find
Yeah.
the groove. But no, I'm
Right.
so excited for what you've got coming out,
Thank
and
you. Thank you.
just saw April said First Light is so good. So yeah, do
Thank
highly
you.
recommend. And Liz, thank you, and join us
Great
again
to meet
soon.
you.
We'll read another one
Love it.
maybe, and
Love
have a
it.
little chat.
Yeah.
Maybe another Caroline B. Cooney at some point.
We should. We
Yeah,
should. We should do
definitely.
Face on the Milk Carton, even though I don't know if it's in
Oh
the same
yeah,
series,
because
but
I
like
haven't done
we
that
should just
yet.
do that because
Yeah,
like so many kids, well, not kids anymore, but people my age who were kids when it came out
yeah,
remember this book. It would be really
yeah.
fun.
We'll
Anyway,
definitely do that, definitely, because I
yeah,
haven't done it for
right.
the book club yet, so we'll do
Yeah.
that at some
Yeah.
point. And thanks
Cool.
everyone in the chat as well.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
guys. And I'll speak to
All
you
right.
soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.